I was a night shift truck driver for 15 years, and I've seen some insane shit. But the story I'm about to tell really takes the cake. I pulled up outside a Dunkin' Donuts that I was making a delivery to at about 2:30 m.m. This place was in the middle of nowhere. A gas station that was closed for the night was the only other building within sight of this DV. As I pulled around the building to park, I noticed a woman sitting on the curb outside of the front door. This is never a good sign. Usually this type of person is batshit crazy at best and looking to rob me at worst. I pocketed my stun gun and got out of the truck. The woman approaches me, and it was only then that I noticed that her shorts and the lower half of her t-shirt were absolutely covered in blood. She started screaming, "My boyfriend stabbed me in my vagina," and kept repeating this phrase, changing words here and there, but keeping the same idea intact. Pacing like someone on a huge dose of some sort of stimulant, she kept repeating the line about being stabbed in the vagina. I got on the phone to 911 dispatch and let them know that she needed help. And during this conversation, I attempted to calm the woman down and get her to sit. Told her she needed to wait for EMTs and that I had called 911 for her. The request I made for her to sit and learning that I had called 911 triggered something else in her. And instead of repeating herself, she looked me dead in the eye and said, "It ain't my blood, and it could be yours too." I got back in my truck and locked the doors. She took off into the field that borders the lot that the DD is situated in. I moved my truck to keep her in the headlights until she disappeared into the woodline a few hundred yards away. The cops showed up before the EMTs, and I was forced to wait in my truck until the police conducted a search and questioned me. I was there until dawn. They did not find the woman I had reported, and if not for the bloodstains on the curb, would likely have not believed my story whatsoever. I have no doubt that I met a killer that night. A killer who still walks free. Junior year of college, I lived in the oldest residential dorm on campus. Naturally, the building had some ghost stories tied to it, but nothing crazy. The basement was creepy though. Unfinished, ugly cement walls and floors, cobwebs hanging off of the old lighting, etc. The laundry facilities were down there, and people would always try to get laundry done before it got too late at night because it was creepy there alone. There was also a locked door in the basement. Like many other students, I had a proclivity for exploring in college, and I picked many locks to get into some fun places. I never had any luck with this one though, which was a bummer because I was very curious of it. It was kind of in the corner of the basement and couldn't have led to a very large room at all. It seemed so random, almost like a broom closet, but it wouldn't have made much sense to have a utility closet in the basement. I tried many unsuccessful times to get into that door. One day, after a string of long nights burning the midnight oil to finish assignments, I finally got work done early and was looking forward to some good sleep. Then a friend called with a personal problem, and I walked to meet them. Then another friend called. Then after one of my third messaged me. I am not a sociable person, so it's emotionally and mentally draining helping 3 friends in one night. I was happy to chat, and I value being available to people. But it was such a strange, unlucky coincidence that 3 people needed me in one night. Particularly in the one night, I was looking forward to early sleep. So at around 2:30 am I was walking back to my dorm, mentally drained and frankly annoyed that I was getting back so late. As I was fumbling with my keys to fob into the building, I felt this weird tingle on the back of my neck. Suddenly I felt an overwhelming desire to go down to the basement. The staircase leading to the basement is immediately inside the building. At first I thought I was subconsciously remembering that I left my laundry in the wash or something. But then I swear I felt a voice say, "Come down to the basement." I got into the building and just stood there, staring at the steps to the basement. It made no sense to go down there. Even worse, if someone was up late doing laundry, I'd seriously creep them out if I just moseyed down there for no reason. But that prickling feeling on my neck remained, and I swear I again felt a voice in my head urging me to go down to the basement. Just for a moment. I turned on the lights, saw no one at the washing machine. Nothing. I just stood in the middle of the basement floor, waiting a second or two for I don't know what. I felt like an idiot, but whatever. I was sleepy, and it was time for bed. I turned around to go back up the stairs when I saw the locked door was wide open. I almost ran forward into it, but as I got closer, I realized my assumption was right. It was a tiny room, barely bigger than a closet, but it was empty. Well, almost empty. It oddly had a single desk, like the small single desks for elementary school kids. So odd, so out of place. From the ceiling, a single old light bulb was hanging over top the desk. The only other thing in the room, beside the desk, was an old beat-up computer chair, the kind that spins. And the damn chair was spinning. Slowly, but steadily enough that it wasn't from a draft. No one else in the basement, no one else in this weird tiny room, and it was spinning. I sprinted away up the stairs, sprinted up the 3 flights to my dorm, slammed my door shut, and jumped into bed. I never tried picking that door open again, even in the safety of daytime. But I never again saw it opened, and I asked around without luck to see if anyone else ever saw in there. It's 100% true, and really disturbs me thinking about it.